Hello and welcome to the first edition of London Oven. Today we're going to be making chocolate digestives, one of my favorites. It's a quick, simple, really easy recipe. Follow along as I show you the steps. So I have whole wheat flour, 1 cup, all-purpose flour, 1 cup. I've added 1 teaspoon of baking powder to this. Then I have light brown sugar, just half a cup, and then cubed butter, 1 cup. In the glass you'll see I have milk, that's 2% milk, and you just need about 2 or 3 tablespoons of that. So I'm gonna just pour all the ingredients into one large bowl. So in goes my 2 lots of flour, my light sugar, and then I'm gonna give everything a good stir, just to mix all the ingredients. We just want everything to be evenly blended before we add the butter. All right, so I've given everything a really good mix. Now I'm adding my cubed butter. One little piece doesn't want to come out, here we go. All right, now this part, you can use a blender if you want to, but it's so quick and easy, I'm really just gonna use my fingers. My hands are already washed, so let's go. Now you want to crumble the butter in the bowl and make it just into tiny bread-like pieces. It doesn't need to be super fine, but as I'm mixing, I'm rubbing the butter between my fingers so the flour mixes in together, and eventually it will turn into a really cute crumble. So we're just going to keep going at this for a minute or two until we have the crumble effect. It really doesn't take long at all, and I find if you use a hand mixer for this, it can overdo it and then your biscuit ends up a bit too dry and crumbly, but you can get the paste and the crumble texture just right if you use your hand, and it's such a small amount of flour and butter, it's really not going to take long. So hopefully you guys can see that. It's all crumbled in. I do have a couple of chunks in there, but that's absolutely fine. You want an even mix, it doesn't need to be perfect. And once it feels like it's the right texture, which hopefully you can see. All right, my crumble's ready. Now I'm pouring in my milk mixture. I'm just gonna do a few drops, give it a mix and see if it comes together. You're gonna eyeball this. All right, splash a bit more on. I feel like it needs a tiny bit more. Okay, it's forming into a ball, sorry, so I'm just rolling it all together to get one dough. Here we are. Tray in circles. Now I'm going to prick the front with the fork again, just to give them the authentic Digestive Biscuit effect. Just takes a second, but it does make it look cute when it comes out the oven. All right, we're gonna put it in the oven at 350 degrees for about 12 minutes. So I'm just gonna transfer the biscuits to a cooling rack. They were in the oven at 350 for about 12 minutes. Now we're gonna transfer them to the rack so they can cool down, and then it's gonna be the best part, adding the melted chocolate. Our biscuits are nice and cool. They came out really crisp from the oven, so we can move on to the next step, which is the fun part, the chocolate. I have a standard 99-gram bar of chocolate here. Milk chocolate is my preference. You can use dark chocolate. We're gonna microwave this for about 30 seconds and then give it a stir so the residual heat will melt the chocolate, and then that way we are in no danger of overcooking our chocolate. Chocolate's nice and melted. I'm just gonna grab one biscuit, a regular tablespoon, coat the back of the spoon with the chocolate, and just pour that right onto the biscuit. There you have it, guys. Milk chocolate digestive biscuits made by me for you. Perfect with a cup of tea. Cheers.